Okay. So this is the interview of Noah for philosophy. And so the first thing I just want to, I kind of wanted to ask this question. Sorry to post it in there, but just like a general question of why you want to go into this profession.
Well, I want to go into digital media firstly because ever since I was little, I always liked making like short videos and everything, um, and that was like the beginning. But then in high school, it really took off with me finding my passion by doing like recording just history and stuff like that, like evidence of like it actually happened and stuff like that. So I would like go and record football games, basketball games, volleyball games, explore just everybody's mindset. I think was really fun, and I actually got my chance to do a documentary with other people, and that was really like motivated me to take this seriously. And so in college, I stepped out of that box and took the risk of doing digital media because I know it's like a niche subject. I know people meant like like a lot of people when they're like, why do you need to go to college for digital media whenever you can become like an influencer and like you know, but
True,
uh
yeah.
I find it for more of the artistic and not more of the money value and the fame.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh. Wow. Thank you for the answer. That was a really good answer. It's good to know that you actually like to do it, not just
Yeah,
for the money.
I
But
because I know it's yeah I know because I know more than likely from I looked up the salaries of what people make in like digital media and stuff like that. Like, because there's a lot of stuff you can do since it's like a wide subject,
yeah.
animation, documentaries, film, and they don't make as much money as I thought they would.
Mm,
But um, but
eh,
I'm doing it for a passion.
yeah, that's good. That's always the best thing. That's the best thing. Hey, well, cool. That's cool. Thank you. Um, Now I have the scenario that I have tried to come up with, but so basically it's just like a real quick one, but I just came up with like you were offered a job for being a director or editor because I know you do want to be mostly an editor, like the one you dreamed about, the dream
Yeah.
position to be an editor. So there's like a company that you're gonna work for, but like the company is it's a little bit shady. So you would have to, I guess, for the company to make, to maximize the company's profits, you would have to probably, lie. You'd have to lie a little bit to like maybe say if you were a director, for example, you'd have to lie to like some of the actors or some of like the people below you, just people in lower positions than you'd have to probably lie to them to maximize the company's profits.
Okay.
So, but in turn for doing this though, the company's gonna give you like great benefits and you're gonna get more pay and you're gonna have more like awarded bonuses. Would you like take the job or would you not take the job?
So I might bite my words on saying this, as I just said, it's not for the money,
Yeah.
but I don't think I would. There's like you can hide some lies and within the truth
Yeah.
and say like it's the job is not the job you expected it's gonna be, but it
Mhm.
is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
So I would always give them like some truth about it, but I would also give them the choice of like but it also depends on how much money they're offering me. See,
Mm.
because of course money is not like the key and answer to everything,
Yeah.
but it also like I think it also depends on like how much money that somebody might be putting towards your family. that you could, retire off of and support your family with. So if it benefits my family in some way and is not something that's gonna hurt somebody in the long run, then
Hmm.
yeah, I would take the benefits over telling a little white lie, I think.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I totally understand that for sure. If you want to, like, in the long run, be able to retire and help your family, so that makes sense. Thank you. Um, well, I guess that was my scenario. So let's try to get into some other questions. So my first question is just like it's like a basic ethics question, like ethics, the study of right and wrong, good and bad, as it applies to human behavior. That's the definition of basic ethics. So the first question is, what would you do if you saw, say, like you worked with your best friend in the workplace, you saw your best friend stealing something on the set? Would you stay quiet about it or say something, but at the cost of like your friend not being your friend anymore if you say something?
Morally,
Yeah.
I would if it like you said, if you stole something off the set,
Yeah.
um, this goes back to my morals and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
think, like I said, a little like a little white lie
Hmm.
doesn't hurt anybody. But then I do become like guilty by association.
Hmm.
So it depends on what he's stealing, of course.
Yeah.
But um, I think I would tell somebody, and so I might tell somebody that I'm close with that works on the set that might not be my best friend that's that's close as me,
Hmm.
but I would tell him, and then if I told him and he's like above like authority above me, then that's me telling somebody kind of something,
Hmm.
and that's on him to do something about it.
True. Yeah, that's true. That's smart to do. Thank you. That was a good answer. Um, okay. So my next question has to do with like care theory as best as I could. So in care theory, it's like it kind of focuses on character, who the person is on the inside, and it also supports like the creation, like I guess creation theory of like improving and enhancement and the expansion of something. So like my second question is, do you think you have the ability to grow or become better at your job over time in your field?
I think like I read a book about this in high school about like it takes around like 10,000 hours to be the best you're gonna be at a certain subject. So if you put 10,000 hours in something, that's as best as you're gonna be for that subject. You might
Hmm.
not be the best with
Hmm.
compared to the 10,000 hours, but I think there's always room for improvement.
Mm, makes sense. Yeah, of course. There's always that's cool though. 10,000 hours. Never heard of that.
Yeah, I think the book is called like Prince or something. Prince,
Prince.
and yeah, I think it's called the 10,000 hour rule.
Wow. Oh, that sounds like a good book. I don't usually read books, but
Yeah,
I
it's I think I'm trying to see. It might not be Prince. I think Prince is a different book, but
okay.
I think if it is Prince, basically it's about like somebody ruling a kingdom, like
Hmm.
and saying like it takes like 10,000 hours to be the best.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I've ever since I heard the 10,000 hour rule, I took that to heart because 10,000 hours is a lot of hours to put into something.
Yeah.
It means
Mm. Dang. Well, thank you for that answer, and let's try to move on to the next one real quick. The next one is divine command theory. So, does um, does God have anything to do with your choice in this career path for your life? Like, does he have any role, in it?
um I am not religious, not
Mhm.
one bit. My family, my family, was this, I don't say was, my family didn't grow up religious either, but over time, they became more religious.
Mhm.
Uh, like my sister's going to church with her boyfriend. My mom goes to church with her boyfriend,
Mm.
and I'm over here like, as long as that makes you happy, I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't think God ever, has ever played a role in my life on making this decision. I think it all leads up on my decision, my
Mm.
decision to make it.
Yeah, uh yeah, I respect that. That makes sense too, you know. Uh that's good, you know. I mean, it is good. It's like it's your decision, so that's good. Um, let's do the next question. The next question has to do with value theory, and quickly try to get value theory. Unless, do you remember value theory? Not really.
Is it like virtue and values, like ethically, like what do you feel like is right and stuff, like your moral ground?
Yeah. It's like yeah, it holds that one will this is what's defined like usually if rational and under normal circumstances will choose whatever holds greater value for one and not choose what holds lesser value for one. So basically my question is if you were at work and your mom and your dad had needed help with something like it was a family emergency, right? And you had a really important meeting with a famous director who had been waiting for months to meet you and could only talk to you at that time, would you leave to go help your mom and dad in their time of need, or would you stay there to be with that director?
You said if like eh, if my mom or dad needed help with something.
Yeah, like if it was a family emergency and they needed help with
Y-
something.
Um, I always, yeah, I think 100% family comes first in situations.
Hmm.
I think that's the number one reason. Like of course I chose like a very, I don't say it's self-centered major,
Hmm.
but it's, like people, when you grow up, I don't think your family is telling people to like, be a, be a director, you know what I mean? Like be, they're always like be an athlete or be a nurse, something in a health career. Um, but if my family, of course, if my mom needed something, if she was like in an actual like situational like danger, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? If she's a health issue,
Yeah.
safety wise, anything, I
Hmm.
would I would, go. I would drop what I'm doing and go. And I think
That's good.
I hope the place that that I will be working at or, will respect that too. I think I wouldn't be working in a place that wouldn't respect that. If something happened, they wouldn't let me leave or wouldn't give me the option to leave. Anything, you know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, that no, that's really good answer. I'm glad you really of course you care for your family and your mom and your dad to drop everything, especially if they're like in dire need to go help them. So that's really good. I respect that. Um, the next one is no, question number 5. It's virtue and vice. Just basically, a virtue is a positive character trait, and a vice is a negative one. So, do you think, like with the traits that you have right now, would they affect you positively in your career or negatively? Like, say, like, are you a patient person? Do you have a lot of patience or not really?
I think I have a lot of patience. I think I have a lot of patience. I
Mhm.
know one thing that my family always gets on me about is like my tone of voice.
Mhm.
And I always tell them like my tone of voice is, it's not my fault, it's my tone of voice. But I always have um like a monotone voice, and I
Mm.
think whenever I talk, people always think that I'm being sarcastic or talking down or talking down to them,
Yeah.
but it's it's not me talking down to them. It's just my tone of voice and so how I
Yeah.
word things is just weird, I guess. So like when I ask questions and it's not supposed to be like, not supposed to be rude. It's supposed to be like
Yeah.
informative and how like I want to learn more and stuff, inclusiveness. But I think I think my tone of voice is like a very, very bad vice that I need to fix and stuff like that.
Mm.
One virtue is, like you said, patience that I think I have because I was on Zoom with with somebody for about an hour or 2 hours, helping them get their project done. So
Dang.
so I
Wow.
was like, yeah, I was like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
That's one. I think that'd be good. Um, and another, I think, I guess, yeah, those are the two ones I can come up with the top of my head. Um,
Mm. Well, that's good though. I think I kind of relate with monotone. I feel like I'm monotone most of the time. I talk to people, and it's good that you have a lot of patience, like especially helping with someone on Zoom for 2 hours. So yeah, it's really good. But thank you for the answer. And the next question is it has to do with absolutism and relativism. Um, Let me quickly get the definition. So, sorry, my bad. So with absolutism or relativism, I mean, absolutism is the absolute way of goodness or rightness and evil and wrong. And then relative or objectives, they hold that the way of reality, uh, the way is a reality or real entity, objective existence independent of any other fact or universal like definition. So basically my question is say let me see. Oh yeah, say you work for a boss that commits bad or dishonest acts like like favoring, for example. He likes you more than anybody else. So he pays you more than the other say like if you're an editor, right? He pays you more than the other editors, right? Because he likes you more.
yeah.
Do you feel that what your boss is doing is like absolutely wrong, and do you feel bad about it, or are you okay with what he's doing and you're just like,
So I'm gonna reverse it on you and say like this is kind of like my egoism kind of coming out and stuff like that because I think if I'm getting paid more and it's
yeah,
not going to be because he's favoring me more, it's going to be because I'm doing the best work I can be. You know
mm,
what I mean? I
yeah,
think it's going to be like I think it's going to be my ego that's coming out and saying like I'm getting paid more than everybody else because he's favoring me because I do
mhm,
my work. I do my work. That's why he's favoring me. You know what I
mm,
mean? Like, of course, my boss is not gonna like me if I'm not doing my work.
yeah,
He's not gonna be paying me more if I'm not doing my work. So I think it's gonna be like I'm getting paid more because of the work I'm doing, and I'm doing it the best I can, better than anybody else is doing it. So, I won't feel bad about it. And I'm okay with him doing it.
dang, well that's good. I mean, I respect that. If you're the best at what you do, then yeah, you deserve to be paid. Well, you get paid. um, Let me see. Uh, my next My next question has to do with, I'm not even sure how to say this theory, altruism, but
Mhm.
basically it's like um that like one should act in a way as to benefit others primarily. So like it's like I guess you could call it selflessness, like helping others, but not at the expense of yourself or causing pain to yourself in any way. So would you help would you help someone at work on their first day of the job, like someone that need help?
Um, yeah, I think one key factor is that if you teach there's a quote, you teach a man or you fish for a man for one day, you feed him for a day.
Mm,
Teach a man how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. I think if I teach him how to do something faster than someone taught me, that person's gonna be better than me, and he can teach somebody else. And if that person picks up on it faster, then that person's gonna be, um, and I think if people know how to do their job, it's gonna go a lot smoother. So I would help somebody out on their first day. I think that it'd be rude of me if I didn't help somebody if they're asking for it too. Just because, like again, the
Mm,
ego coming out of somebody that doesn't want to help because they don't want to be overlapped by somebody. There's always
mm,
gonna be somebody that's gonna be better than you. It's
true.
just, you know what I mean? You just gotta transfer that into something else energy wise. Make
True.
it into a positive, not a negative.
Wow. Well, yeah. Dang, that was a good answer. Thank you. Oh, sorry. It's my alarm. Um, okay, I just have a couple more questions. Let's see. So the next question is like the veil of ignorance or humanitarianism. Basically the veil of ignorance is like just like seeing people as just like people, you don't see them you don't see like their past or their interest um or their beliefs, you just see them as a
Mhm.
basic human being. And basically my question is would you be able to work with a coworker who had a different belief than you?
Um, are you talking about religion wise, ethics wise, or like moral wise, or just in general?
Um, I guess we can say like moral wise, sorry, moral wise.
Uh, Moral wise. Um, uh, if they had like because I've worked with people that have not seen eye to eye with me, and that could be depending on like my race, my skin color, my ideology and stuff like that. Because you know what I mean, everybody's diverse, and so some people might have grown up to believing that not everybody's equal.
Mm,
But
I see.
I grew up in a family that was super diverse, and so it's like not a thought crossed my mind that everybody's equal. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
um, but if a coworker's belief morally, as long as it wasn't, I guess, I don't know how to put racism in this category. Would you consider like racism a moral thing? Like racism, like if somebody is like racist, that's like their morals. They're racist. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Okay,
I think
so
so. Yeah.
I don't think I could work with somebody that didn't have the same or at least the same morals as me, as in if they're racist,
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
they're racist, I
Mm,
can't work with them, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, because I don't think they would respect me
Mm,
as I would respect them.
that's true. That I mean, yeah, that's true. Dang. Yeah, that makes sense. You probably couldn't work with someone that was, yeah, racist. Dang. Wow. Well, thank you for the answer. That was a good
Sure.
answer. Um, I have a couple more. So this one's just like social contract theory, like just basically like a contract that like a group of people will agree to in order to kind of, I guess, have more harmony together, like how we did in class.
Mhm.
So like, would you be able to agree, say like your work, wherever, whatever company you work for, the set that you work on, they have a set of rules at work that maybe not everyone likes, but it would benefit like the majority or everyone. So would you be able to like agree to that contract, even if not everyone doesn't like it, but it
Uh,
benefits the majority?
um, yeah, I think I would be able to agree to those set of rules because I recently came across of like what people nowadays is that they want to cater to every individual
Mhm.
make everybody happy,
Yeah.
but I realized that that's not gonna be possible. And um, an example would be like in my group of friends, not everybody's gonna agree with like what we should do,
Yeah.
and not to hurt their ego or like not to hurt them, like emotionally or mentally, physically, like I don't know how to word this, but we can't cater to everybody's needs. If we
Yeah.
catered and stopped for everybody's needs, then there's no progress that would be done. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like you need to go for what the majority likes. If you go for the majority, you know what I mean? Like I don't like, our countries won't run off majority,
mm,
majority rules. So I think if majority of people would agree to those rules, uh I think yeah, I could agree. You know what I mean?
cool.
It would be unfortunate if one of those rules that were in the minority would, would affect me. It would suck,
Yeah.
but I would have to get over it because majority likes it. And I have to adapt to their settings
Mm, dang. Yeah, dang. Wow, that was
or,
a,
or leave.
yeah, or leave,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, leave.
Completely leave.
So,
Dang. I mean, well, that's really good though. It takes a lot to, especially if there's a rule that goes against you to still, work there and
yeah.
be there. But thank you for the answer though. So I have a deontology question. It just basically has to do like with an act or series of actions is right because like if it was performed with good intentions or it was carried out according to your duty. So my question is, would you take an injustice you saw at work into your own hands if no one, I guess, was doing anything about it?
Um, would I take an injustice into my own hands
Yeah.
if nobody was doing anything about it?
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to answer this truthfully. Uh, I don't want to be a bystander,
Hmm.
but I know that in most scenarios, most people are bystanders.
Yeah.
So I would say I would probably be a bystander if somebody was doing an injustice, depending on what it would be. Um, I would do something about it, as in like I wouldn't directly stop the injustice in front of my eyes. You
Mm,
know what I mean? But I would let somebody know, if that makes sense, or
yeah.
let somebody know that I would think that would do something about it. I wouldn't be the person stopping it, the injustice. I would let somebody know that I would think would stop the injustice from happening,
Mm.
because I don't want to be confrontational.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That makes sense. That's smart. That's a smart thing to do. Let's see. Okay, I just have two more questions. So the next one theory is hedonism, I think is how you say it. Not too sure, but basically the theory is that the good, like that the good strive to do what is right. Um, like the production of pleasure and the avoidance of pain. So, um, do you always like do you always like to do what is right? Say if you knew if what if you knew that your boss had cheated on his wife or husband, would you go out of your way to tell their wife or husband, or just like nah?
Yeah, I think I would tell them. I would
You
tell
tell
them,
him?
yeah. I
Yeah.
would tell them, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. You did what was right.
I would hope
uh,
somebody's telling me, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, so
Yeah, sure. I would want to know too. That's a good answer. So I guess my last question, it has to do with like fact and value. Like, like facts, just basic facts, like, like the sky is blue, right? It's a fact.
mhm.
And a value is more like an idea or vision that I guess that you would want. Like in the definition, it talks about poverty. You know, if poverty could be eradicated completely, I mean, that would be a good thing to do. But of course, it's a hard thing to do. But basically, my question is, I'm trying to word it as best I can. I guess if you had say a pool, right? And it was halfway filled up, right? The pool. Um, would you focus on the fact that I'm trying to word this the correct way. Focus on the fact that that I guess that there is not enough water in it, or focus on the fact that the pool is just half empty. I don't think I made sense with that.
Are you trying to say, so the pool is, would I focus on the fact that the pool is, it has no water in it, or like it's half full? Or would I focus on that I need to put more water in it?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Uh, I would focus on the fact that I don't know, like half full. I want to know why it's not full.
Mhm.
I'm a curious person. I'm not gonna fill it up and then hope that it goes down again. You know what I mean? Or I hope that it doesn't go down again,
Yeah.
or it doesn't drought. I'm gonna make sure there's nothing wrong with it before I fill it up.
Mm. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Dang. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to word it a certain way. But yeah, thank you. That was a good answer. Um, I think that is it. Those 12 questions. Yes. Dope. Yes. Let me try to stop the recording.